Hello and welcome back to the Magic Alon YouTube channel, and today we're doing something super exciting. That is right, from this very day we are exactly 20 days away from Blackpool Magic Convention. 20 days. Like what? And if you don't know what Blackpool is, that is the world's largest magic convention. Every single year, around 5,000 to 6,000 magicians gather in one small random location, Blackpool in England. Now, although the location is very random, I can tell you it is literally one of, if not the best thing I personally do every single year. I have been going to Blackpool for now 2 years now, and this is going to be my 3rd year. And Blackpool Magic Convention is just one of those things where it blows my mind. Picture this, over 5,000 magicians gathering in one huge place, huge arena, seeing lectures, learning new magic, meeting each other, meeting new friends, seeing old friends, watching crazy shows, watching big gala shows, meeting your magic heroes, your dreams literally come true. I mean, I am so excited to go to Blackpool Magic Convention 2025, and I hope to see you there. Now, if you're watching this, I'm assuming you're going to Blackpool, but if you're not, this might still be an interesting video for you for the future, because you never know, you might still come to Blackpool. Because essentially, there's a lot of YouTubers who will do these videos around Blackpool time, but I want to do one too, and I'm gonna give you some tips regarding Blackpool. And these aren't your generic tips. Some of these are generally just from my experience, and I believe they'll help you so much, and they're not usually the tips that everybody would give you. And trust me, some of these tips will save you a lot of money, time, and effort in Blackpool. So I really recommend sticking around for this entire video. I have got 12 incredible magic tips and tricks to help you have the best time at Blackpool Magic Convention. And if you enjoyed them, make sure you like this video, comment down below if you have any other tips that maybe I have missed. Also, let me know if you're coming to Blackpool or if you wish to one day in the future. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, because it'll help me so much make more content in the future, like reviews, tutorials, and so much more. So without further ado, I'm so excited. Let us start with tip number 1. So when it comes to Blackpool Magic Convention, I cannot stress this enough, but you should make a plan and a schedule. That is right, but what does that mean? See, those who know me know that I'm quite the organized person, but it doesn't matter whether you're organized or very flexible or whatever you are, I recommend making a plan and a schedule. See, Blackpool usually announces the entire lineup and schedule around the time of the convention, but this year Blackpool has already announced the lineup quite a long time ago. I think 2-3 months ago, maybe 4 months ago, they already started to release the lineup. And just around a week ago, Blackpool actually released the Magic app that they have, and I recommend getting that too, the Blackpool Magic app. And on there, you can find the schedule as well as on Blackpool's website itself. And that has a PDF of all 3 days of Blackpool. And if you don't know, it's a 3-day convention, so you have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Here's what I recommend you do. I recommend you print it out. Then I recommend, as you see on my screen right now, whether you do this digitally or print it out, I recommend you start highlighting every single name that you like and you want to see. Whether this is a lecture, a show, because here's the problem with Blackpool, and this is nothing they can do because they do their best, and I completely respect them for it, but you'll never have time to see everything, and that's something you have to have in the back of your head, and you have to be aware of that and respect that and appreciate that you will unfortunately never get to see everything. You won't. There's no way in hell you can do that. But what you can do is plan and be aware of that and plan for things. So I recommend you take note of every single person you want to see and then mark it, circle it, check the location it's in, check the time it's in. Now also make sure you're arriving at that venue, that location of the lecture or show about 30 minutes early. Now that's something really important. Unfortunately, since last year, queues have started to form, and unfortunately not everybody got to see everything they wanted. I personally really wanted to see Ben Hart last year. I didn't even know about the queues. I missed out. So make sure you're aware of that in your back of your head, that there are going to be queues. Now Blackpool is doing such a great job that this year they're actually doing some repeat lectures with some of the bigger names, so you'll have a much greater chance of still seeing people. And they also added a new venue, so I'm really sure the queues will really decrease this year, but I still recommend around 20-30 minutes before the lecture show starts, make sure you line up if you really want to see them. Here's a crazy bit. As magicians, we are actually naturally jamming whilst we're in the line, so it's so much fun. But also be aware that you need to be flexible, because you actually might miss out. Maybe you lined up early but you still didn't make it. Maybe someone recommends someone last minute and you're like, okay, I'll see it, so you have to make a last minute adjustment. Make sure you still remain flexible, but make sure you have a plan, you print it out, and you're aware of exactly what you want to do before beforehand. So that is something I cannot stress enough, and I hope you found that useful. Let's go to tip number 2. So this is an interesting tip because this is completely your choice, but this is definitely something I recommend. There is no harm in booking your train tickets ahead of time. See, most people are coming to Blackpool from either Manchester, Liverpool, or London. But regardless where you're coming from, you're gonna have to take the train to Blackpool, most likely. And the thing is, thanks to technology nowadays, you can just book online the train ticket and arrive at exactly when you need to arrive on whatever day you're arriving. And see, I've been asked a lot by people, why should I book? Why don't I just arrive? I land from my plane, I don't know when it's gonna land, maybe there's a delay and I'll get a train ticket. There's a problem with that because you don't know. There's a risk to that you're putting to yourself. Maybe there's gonna be some train thing that actually the train doesn't come as often. Maybe the train has been cancelled. I don't know, there's a lot of possible problems. Also, the price is usually higher if you book on the spot. One pro to booking online ahead of time is now you know 100% you will have a space in the train, which is alone really good to know. Number 2, it might be cheaper. And number 3, here's the cool thing. If you use the website Trainline, which I've been told, you will be able to change the time of your train and cancel it maybe. If you also have protection on your ticket. If in case maybe you had a flight beforehand and it's delayed and you missed that train, on Trainline you can actually change that. So I highly recommend booking a train ticket ahead of time. It's a really interesting tip that I don't think people talk about, so I'm giving it to you and I hope you found that useful. Tip number 3. You see, Blackpool is such a social place. I personally love the lectures, the shows, everything you see, but the number one thing at Blackpool is the social interaction you have with people. Nothing beats meeting people that are like you. People who are obsessed with this crazy thing we magicians love called magic. I mean, you're literally jamming for 3 days straight or 4 or 5 days straight, and it just blows my mind how incredible it can be. And whether it's your first time or second time, not everybody is as extroverted as we think us magicians are. Some magicians find it hard to socialize, and I completely understand that. My first Blackpool was really difficult. But I can tell you right now and guarantee to you that everybody, okay, 90%, 80%, 70% of people at Blackpool are super friendly. So make sure you meet new people, make sure you socialize, make sure you meet new friends, because I'm telling you, it is easier than it seems. So don't be afraid, people are genuinely nice and you're gonna have a good time. But to make it a little bit easier for you, if you're still unsure and you don't have anyone to go with, well, I have a solution for you. See, me and my magic community, the Magic Alon Society, if you haven't heard of that, there's a link right here and in the description. We're a free magic community, and besides the lectures and the resources and everything we give you, with Blackpool this year, right now to date, we are a group of 55 magicians from the community. That's 1% of everybody going to Blackpool, which blows my mind. And we have an incredible WhatsApp group, which I'll talk about later at the end of this video, so make sure you stay till the end for that, because there's some crazy bonuses for people in our group. And again, it's free. And by doing that, you join our group, we'll interact, we'll meet each other beforehand the convention, and I can guarantee already you'll have a massive group of you, of friends and people that you know beforehand. So again, join our WhatsApp group 100% if you're coming, and I'll tell you how you can do that later on in this video. Anyways, tip number 4. See, Blackpool in the Winter Gardens, which is the venue of the convention, is absolutely phenomenal. But there's a second part of the experience that some people actually neglect or don't even know about, and it is the ruskin. I cannot stress this enough, but the ruskin experience is a part of the entire BMC vibe. The whole convention consists of the convention itself and the ruskin experience. And the ruskin experience often takes place after you finish the gala shows, after the second gala shows, after the late night shows. Everybody goes to the ruskin. And me and our community, we often secure a big table, although we're a huge group this year, for our entire community. And I'm gonna tell you later also about these fun games we're gonna have in that table, because we have games, jams, giveaways, prizes. We're literally giving away over $500, more on that later, just for members. But the ruskin is so much fun. It's usually where the biggest names go to. It's where you jam like crazy, about to like 2 or 3 a.m. And it's so much fun. So I just wanna say, if you don't know what the ruskin is, make sure you ask around people, join our WhatsApp group, and I'll be more happy to tell you more about it. And it's this crazy huge hotel. It's like the official Blackpool Magic Convention hotel, and it's so much fun. So make sure you let us know you're coming, join our table, jam with us, and the ruskin is just so phenomenal. Tip number 5. See, this one is a tough one because I'm not the one to tell you this, but I kind of will stress this because a lot of people say this, a lot of YouTubers will tell you, just shower and take care of your hygiene. Simply, just some people miss out on that, and it's a big convention and you can feel kind of in the air when someone hasn't really taken care of their hygiene. So yes, there's a lot of people, yes, we're magicians, but please make sure you shower, use deodorant, and just look after yourself. please. It's a very simple tip, but I did want to mention it. And to touch up on that, tip number 6, talking about looking after yourself. This is a tip, again, that I cannot force upon you, but I will highly advise it. Make sure you look after your sleep, because here's the thing. The convention starts at 9 a.m. when the dealer's hall is open, which means most people wake up at around 7 to 7:30 a.m. So if you do the math, if you're going to sleep at around 3 a.m., you're getting around 4 hours of sleep already at a minimum, and it only goes down from that. And 4 hours of sleep for 3 days straight, biologically, is not good for you. You're going to be literally feeling dead and exhausted day by day. And I can tell you that from experience. I jammed till 4 a.m. on the first year. Then already Saturday and Sunday, I was feeling exhausted, and it was so hard in the next few days. And you don't want to feel like that during the convention. You want to feel energetic. You want to have energy. You want to have fun. You want to feel ecstatic. Make sure you take care of your sleep. You can still go and jam in the rest until 2 or 3 a.m. or something, but make sure you time yourself, plan yourself, and look after yourself. I cannot highly stress that more. Make sure you do that. Tip number 7. Guys, a lot of people will tell you this, but we're not going to a show. We're magicians, yes, but this is not a show. This is a gathering. It's a huge, huge gathering. Make sure you dress comfortably. Do not come in a suit. I see a lot of magicians coming in a suit, and it just makes no sense. You're gonna be hot in that, although it's a really cold period of time. You're gonna be super hot, and it's just not the style of magic. I'm gonna be in my incredible Magic Alon Society merchandise. My whole team will be. I'm bringing merch to lots of my members. It's really comfortable, but it doesn't matter what you wear as long as it's a nice hoodie, a t-shirt, whatever. Just don't come in a suit. Dress comfortably. People don't really care as long as you are comfortable and you are happy with what you're wearing. Just remember, it's not a crazy formal event. It's not a gig, guys. Tip number 8 will touch upon actually the clothing, but it's more about the coat. You see, Blackpool, it's the middle of February. It is freezing cold. Sometimes it even snows. It's gonna be cold. Even if it's a 5-minute walk from your hotel to the convention, it is cold. Whether you bring yourself gloves, a hat, or whatever, make sure you have a coat, and you are gonna be fine. The only problem with a coat is it's big usually, and you have to carry it around at the convention. See, Blackpool does offer a coat place where you can actually give your coat for a small fee, but usually that fills up really quickly and it's kind of annoying to do. So I highly recommend either option A, you bring yourself a bag, a bigger bag, and you just take your coat and put it on there, or you wrap your coat around you, because you can lose your coat. I'm talking from experience. Or option B, carry around the coat all day with you, but that is going to be tough and annoying. So I recommend either having like a bag with you to put your coat in and keeping space for all the magic you buy, if you do buy any, or using that bag just for your coat and bring another second bag, like a tote bag or something. You can get some really good ones from our merch store down below, and it's going to be fine. And that's where you can put all your magic, everything you buy. Look, make sure you plan. I just giving you some advice. It is tough usually with the coat situation, so make sure you're aware of that. Tip number 9. We're getting near the end, but this tip is quite important. See, Blackpool doesn't have the best internet signal, unfortunately. So that does mean if you intend to pay with card, sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. But from experience, credit cards won't really work in the convention in most dealer places. So I will advise strongly have cash with you for the dealer's hall, because you can guarantee 100% they'll accept cash, and make sure it's in pounds too. Some dealers will accept dollars and euros, but I can guarantee to you all dealers will accept pounds and all dealers will accept cash. So if you have that mentality, bring cash, bring pounds, and you'll be fine. I wouldn't risk just coming in with a credit card beforehand. You might not be able to get yourself the magic you want. So anyways, we're going to tip number 10. Now, tip number 10 has been kindly given to us by one of our incredible members, Guy Zacks. And this is such an important one. I cannot stress this enough, but you are gonna be feeling, like Guy says, like a 5-year-old child, no matter what age you are, when you enter that dealer hall, whether it's your first, second, third, or millionth time. And when you enter that dealer hall, you will want to buy everything, but 90% of that usually ends up in your bottom drawer. So make sure you plan wisely what you want to get. See, Blackpool has some of the most incredible magic being sold and being shown, and you will see things that will absolutely blow your mind. But think, do you actually need what you're getting? And on top of that, a really cool strategy by Guy is take your phone and open up the Notes app or an Excel sheet. And on your Notes app or Excel, you're gonna make a little bullet point list. That's how I like to do it. And you're gonna look around on that first day on the Friday around the dealer's hall, and every time you see something that you like, you're gonna write the name of the trick, the dealer, the location it's in, and the price. And you're gonna do that gradually, and often you have a huge list. And then you're gonna come home to your hotel in the evening, and you're gonna look and you're gonna kind of budget it, and you're gonna narrow things down. How you're gonna cut this out. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. And then on Saturday and Sunday, that's when you start to get stuff. But on Friday, I highly stress, don't get a lot of things, but it is important to understand things do sell out at Blackpool. So if you know beforehand, for example, that there is a trick that you really, really want, then do get it on a Friday, but you have to be certain. Or if you actually saw a trick that you know that might sell out, get it, because don't quote me on it. Oh, Alon said buy all your stuff on Saturday and then everything sells out. No, if you really think you like something, buy it on Friday. But I do highly recommend budgeting, making a list, and making sure you organize yourself between what you want to get and what you want to buy. It is a kind of strategic thing, but it will save you money, effort, and time. So highly, highly, highly recommend it. And another cool thing about that is on Sunday, this doesn't happen always, and I haven't personally taken advantage of it, but I do know on Sundays, dealers will often want to get rid of all their stock because sometimes they have to travel back if they came from the US with all the stock. So they will put some deals sometimes on the Sunday, some of the best deals. But you don't always know about that because maybe things will sell out. So you have to be really strategic. But if you have a look on the deals hall on Sunday, you might see a lot of really cool deals. Anyways, we're coming to our last few tips, but tip number 11. And this is such a funny tip, but it is true. Guys, the tip is eat, eat, eat. Can't stress this enough. Sometimes you're overwhelmed from all the crazy stuff happening in Blackpool and sometimes you forget to eat. Make sure on your schedule from tip number 1, when you plan, you have some time to socialize, you have some time to see shows and lectures and the dealers, but you also have time to eat. Make sure at least you have a half an hour segment in the middle somewhere of the day to get yourself some food. I highly recommend the Subway, which is really nearby. There's some really nice pizza places, really nice fish and chips places, incredible places around Blackpool for food. You won't go wrong with that. Just make sure you have some time, you schedule for food, and I highly recommend going in groups. Me and our community, we travel in our group, we have so much fun, we go and get a Subway or fish and chip, pizza, whatever, and it is incredible. So make sure you still have time to eat. Thank you guys, Zax, again for that tip too. Credit to you. And with the eating tip, also on our WhatsApp group, also another pro to that is lots of people will write, oh guys, we're going to lunch, anyone who want to join, anybody want to join, anybody want to join. So you will guarantee you will never go eat alone, and it's going to be amazing. And guys, coming down to our last tip, but I also have a little bonus to anybody who stayed till the very end, so make sure you stay till the end. But tip number 12 is all about the shows. You see, the lectures are amazing, but sometimes people neglect, and especially this year, I've never seen more shows ever in the lineup. There are so many people doing shows. I'm talking about Mark Paul, Ben Seidman, Killian is doing his whole tour. He's a really good friend of mine, Killian O'Connor, with Harry Merlin Piper and Ryland Petty doing his Harry Potter act. 3 of my really good young magician friends. Cannot wait to see that show. Make sure you come to that show. But any show, really, make sure you set aside some time for shows. And I'm not just talking about the gala show, like the one competition is going to be great. The Friday night gala, the Sunday night gala. It's going to be amazing, but there's some shows taking place during the day before the galas. Make sure you plan and go and see them because honestly, in my opinion, the lectures are great, but the shows, they're so inspiring. They're so incredible. I mean, who doesn't love watching magic? So make sure you add that to your schedules. And that wraps up all the tips. But guys, I have some crazy stuff I'd like to tell you. See, in Blackpool Magic Convention, we are doing something crazy as a community. I told you have a WhatsApp group. And to do that, all you need to do is comment on this video and comment the word WhatsApp. And I will personally send you a link to our WhatsApp group if you are coming to Blackpool. It is a group you do not want to miss out. You have so many like-minded people and you'll have a group of people around you all the time. And in order to be in the WhatsApp group, you also have to ensure you're a member of our community. Again, it's completely free. All the information is down below and on the link right here. Make sure you join. It's phenomenal. And with the WhatsApp group, we're actually doing something crazy for community members. Not only for the community members, we're opening this up to the entire Blackpool community, but our community members will get hints and help and so much more bonuses. We're doing something crazy. We have teamed up with a lot of dealers and a lot of stands at Blackpool to bring you the Blackpool Treasure Hunt. In fact, the sticker treasure hunt. At Blackpool, you will see a few of these. These are the Magic Alon Society stickers. They're small and they'll be hidden around the convention at some dealer stands. And if you see it, all you'll have to do is post a selfie of you, the stand, and the sticker on your social media, tag us, and you will guarantee an entry. And not only, the moment you find just a single sticker, you'll automatically get something like an At the Table Live lecture, a download, or maybe a mystery deck of cards. Every single time you just find a single sticker. And in the end, out of all the people who have entered, the person who finds the most sticker out of all the stickers hidden across the convention will get a massive $500 magic bundle prize of physical magic. That includes magic tricks, cards, tutorials, and so much more. Oh my God. Yeah. So it's definitely something you don't want to miss out on. All the information of that is in our WhatsApp group. and we'll be all across Blackpool. So make sure you check that out. I'm so excited. So without further ado, thank you so much for staying around to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. And again, please let me know in the comments below if you're coming to Blackpool, if you want to come to Blackpool someday, but you can't make it this time. And what are your favorite things about Blackpool? Any tips you have to share? What are you most excited about? I want to know it all, so please let me know. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like this video and turn on your notifications, because it'll help me so much make more content for you guys. You guys have been amazing, and I cannot wait to say a massive hello to you at Blackpool Magic 2025. Thank you so much, guys, and see you next time.